it's Rosie. I hope you are having a great day. I had an awesome visit to the library and I came home with all this spunk to sew. So we're going to do a fun, quick project. And I haven't gotten much feedback about this, so I'm going to do my sewing off camera and show you the assembly steps because it's really loud and y'all are getting the idea that I'm either using a sewing machine on a zigzag stitch or I'm serging along my edge, trimming off the edges, and you can totally do that too. So today I'm going to make a cape, and like a nice pull-on style cape. And so the only thing I need is a ruler, and I have, well, that's a yardstick, and I have a pattern piece for a hood. But you can self-draft this, you can trace a hoodie, you can use a hood piece from any pattern that you have. This one is from a vintage pattern I had, and I just had to show you because it's so fun. It was made by Butterick. It cost $1.25 at the time it was made. This is $39.32, and I won't be making this exactly. Mine will be a little shorter, but it'll have a similar look. Isn't that fun? It's the hooded cape. So I'm going to start by taking this awesome sweater knit, and it's definitely got, to my way of thinking, a right side and a wrong side. There's a bumpy fuzzy side, and that's what I want next to me, and then there's a more flat side, and that's what I want facing out. So I'm folding it in half widthwise. I love this color, it's so good for fall. And I'm folding the length down. And for me, I'm going to cut a circle that is about 30 inches. And the reason for that is that that's about as big as I can get it on this. I could cut two longer circles and sew them together, but I'm just going to keep this simple. Now, so let's see. My width of fabric, I can get about 26 inches. So that's how long it gets to be. That's okay. And I'm just going to fold it again. So here's the width. And here's the length. And so I only need to cut a piece that's, when the length is folded down, is about 27 inches, or what would that be? 54 inches long. And I feel so cheeky today because I didn't even make these clothes. I make almost all of my clothes, but I just wanted a pair of denim overalls that were just really broken in by somebody else. And I know that there's pre-broken in denim, and I know that I could buy a lot of hardware and mess around with that, but I just didn't want to. I found these on a yard sale site, and they were really inexpensive, and I love them. So no need to be puritanical about things. We can just do what feels right for what we need. And I've talked about that before. Sometimes we buy our Halloween costumes, and sometimes we make it, and sometimes we make parts. It's more about enjoying yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this length so that working out my circle is a little more manageable. Wonderful. I'm gonna set this aside. And say you get the idea that you're gonna make capes for your entire family, okay? If you get that feeling, you should also get the feeling to spend 20 bucks at your local hardware store or on Amazon and buy yourself a filter mask. Because when you're pouring this through your serger and when you're cutting a lot of these, they're releasing their fibers into the air as you cut them. I'm seeing these little red fibers all over my table. And that's just a velour sweater knit kind of thing. And I don't want you to end up with a mystery sinus infection. And what it actually is I inhaled all these fabric fibers and they made me sick because stuff got in there and grew. Yes, that's gross, but we really need to talk about it. especially if you're a home business owner, because I bet that you don't have the kind of insurance that's going to allow you to take months and months off to recover if that's what happens. So take care of yourself, please. So, fold, fold. Over here is just the folded flat part. Everything's really smooth. I've refolded it a few times to be sure. And now I'm gonna lay my yardstick in the terminal corner right here. And I'm gonna cut it as wide as I can, which in this case is gonna be 26.5 inches. And if you've done this with me before, I'm gonna slowly pan my ruler out and it's gonna sort of suggest a line for me to cut. See how I just pop my roller out? And if I just stay at the 26.5 inch mark, it's gonna make a pretty great even circle. But if I want to, I could be putting little dots on with a washable marker. I could draft this onto a piece of paper first, especially if I was doing a lot of them. But this works for now just fine. Okay, so I've got, it's folded in quarters, but I've got my perfect red circle now. And I'm gonna set aside my remnant, my little extra piece, and I'm gonna set aside my circle. And I'm gonna cut my hood now. And I need 4 pieces for my hood. And I'm gonna pay attention to which way my stretch is going so that this is comfortable. Wonderful. So I'm gonna fold it in half widthwise. Right? And then, just like before, because this is a nice wide pattern piece, I'm going to fold it in half again. Or almost in half. And I'm going to put my hood pattern piece onto the fabric. I'm just going to adjust a little to minimize the waste on this. There we go. I'm going to put some pattern weights down, and this is going to cut out 4 pieces. And if you want to cut these pieces out individually, that's fine. Now I have 4 pieces, and I'm going to put them together right sides facing so that I'm looking at the fuzzy piece, and I'm going to clip them together. If you prefer pins, that's totally okay. Just going to clip it the whole way around. And I'm going to repeat that process on the second hood. And I'm just going to stitch everywhere I clipped. So, just around the outside. I'm going to do that for both hoods. And so I'm going to clip these together. Here's one. And now again, I'm going to make it so that the right sides are inside and the wrong side is facing out. And I'm going to clip that the whole way around. where I clipped on both pieces, I'm just gonna go serge those and I'll be right back and then I'll tell you what we're gonna do next, okay? Okay, we're all serged. Both hoods are serged and not attached to each other in any way yet. So we're going to put them together right sides facing, which means that the sides that don't have any seam shown, we're gonna line those up. So no seam shown to no seam shown. And right here where the stitch is, I'm gonna line that up. Put that right in the middle. And I'm just going to clip this the whole way around to the front. And you'll start to get a sense that it's a lined hood. You can kind of hear my family practicing Kung Fu in the background. So, I'm just continuing to clip around all the front of what's going to be the hood. And I love doing this. And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to put it on for a second, and it's going to look silly. It's all covered in clips and inside out, but you'll get a sense here. So, I am going, you'll see the back right here is not being serged. This seam is going to get left alone because we need to be able to turn it out so that all these seams end up inside the hood. I'm just going to go through and serge along what's going to make the front of my hood, okay? I'm going to serge this following the clips we put on. And remember, I'm going to leave this back part open. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I put that serge around the front of my hood, and now I'm just going to go to the back, and I'm going to be able to turn it out. And I'm not usually a big fan of top stitching around the neck of my garment. If I can skip it, I do because I don't like how that feels sensory-wise. But I am going to go to the front of what is my hood, and I'm going to clip it together again because I am actually going to top stitch just what is going to be around the front of the hood. So now that we've turned it out, we're just top stitching right where we serged. And you may need to give it a gentle poke to get it to line up with its own liner. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to feed this through my sewing machine with some matching thread, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I top stitched the front of my hood, and it's looking really cute and hood-like. And I threw a little serge around the bottom because we know that if I get to choose between working with multiple layers of something sliding together in one solid piece, I pick a solid piece. I'm going to take what is the front of my hood and I'm going to overlap it about an inch. And I'm just eyeballing that. So it's one solid hood. And then I'm coming to what is my circle for my cape. And right at the top, where it's still folded in quarters, I'm going to pan my ruler around about 3.5 inches so that I'm just cutting out a small triangle. And I'm going to take off just a very small amount because if I need bigger, I can make it bigger. But it's not very easy for me to make it smaller. I would have to gather it. Okay. Okay, so I have my hood here, and I have my skirt here, and I'm just gonna take my hood, or it's not a skirt. I have my cape and my hood, but I cut it just like a skirt. And I'm sliding the hood over, and it doesn't really matter on mine which way it goes, but you want to make sure that your right sides are facing if you put a different colored lining inside. And then I'm just going to clip it around and serge this. I'm going to throw a hem on the bottom, and that's that. And my simple hemming is going to be that I'm going to fold it up, fold the right side toward the wrong side a little bit, clip the whole way around, go slow, and sew. That's going to be it. But I'm going to put this together, and then I'll show you how it turned out. Hey, I hope you're ready. So I did my hem, and I attached my hood, and I found a random string. Ta-da! I absolutely love how this turned out. It's so cute. So I just feel like it's really cute and comfortable, and it's just a really great layering piece, and it comes together really quickly, and they would be really fun to do as gifts. And you can do them with an open front, and you can do them with a cowl neck instead of a hood. There's just like endless options. So I hope you've enjoyed your new cape, and I hope you had fun making it, and thank you for watching, and huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. Without you, this simply isn't possible, so you make it happen. Thank you. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.